Hi, friends. Thank you for coming tonight to hear about this awesome program, Bright Light Community Connection. This is a program dedicated to guiding children through trauma and grief to connection and growth. And everyone has been provided with a handout to accompany the presentation so that you can follow along and see the most important points, highlights of the program. So tonight we're just going to discuss the basic framework of the program, its goals and missions, and how we hope to accomplish that. So our mission for the program is to support families who have experienced the loss of a primary caregiver that's resulted in trauma for the child by providing a community to process, grieve, and grow with support and love. And that community is going to consist of a group of adult leaders and student peers. They would interact in a small group setting that would be a learning community. So some important things we want to talk about why we feel this is a need in our community. Excuse me, I move over here for a minute. Why we're needed. The idea of adverse childhood experiences, also referred to as ACEs, has significant impacts on children from the earliest ages. And so we know that about 64% of adults have reported that they've experienced at least one type of ACE before the age of 18. And nearly 1 in 6 reported they had experienced 4 or more types of ACEs. So these adverse childhood experiences significantly impact the development of the child and can have far-reaching consequences beyond their current circumstances and into their adult life. So this, in our estimation, makes this a critical need for a child to not only try to help prevent further adverse experiences, but to understand and learn how to cope with those experiences to hopefully mitigate the consequences or impacts of those in the child's life. We know that currently schools are overburdened. There is, on average, 1 counselor to an entire school population, and that counselor is supposed to really address all the mental health needs in addition to a significant amount of other responsibilities that that school counselor holds that are apart and separate from providing actual one-on-one or group mental health support to the student body. So really the situation in schools is that they don't have the resources to meet all the needs of the student body. So this program hopes to come in and support that and supplement it. And because of the school setting, and because we want to create a community partnership with school systems and the local community, our program goals and outcomes will incorporate the California State Health Education Content Standards in the areas of injury prevention and safety, mental, emotional, and social health, and personal and community health. So who we are clinical mental health counselors and teachers, community volunteers, and peer mentors. The American Counseling Association states that counseling is a professional relationship that empowers diverse individuals, families, and groups to accomplish mental health, wellness, education, and career goals. And so in this context, we are using an educational framework to support students' mental health. How are we doing that? We are offering a small group setting that will provide practical support and care, a safe space to share. We want to foster positive communication and model positive communication, build trust within the community, model forgiveness and love, teach coping skills, and develop resources for families who may need more than the program itself can offer. This is another way that we can support them. So we know how well children learn and grow during their early years has long-lasting consequences for them, their families, and the communities in which they live in. So for that reason and many others, we feel this is a positive and important resource for children in schools. So how we build connections in these groups is by sharing social emotional stories that cover content and topics pertinent to what they're going through. They have the opportunity to share their personal stories and understand the important elements of that that are affecting them and that they need to work through. We offer guided reflections, participation in group learning and fun, because communities need to be happy places. We know that the brain, a quieted brain, helps children recover from trauma and negative experiences. We want to model interpersonal skills by trained leaders, provide consistency and compassion. We want to communicate empathy, validation, and understanding, and also ensure equity of service and care so that all students who need the service have access to it. In addition to that, here are some examples of social emotional stories. The program is designed for children ages 5 to 12. So the curriculum and the format will be age appropriate depending on their grade and developmental stage. And foundationally, what we hope to accomplish through this program is increase the increased amount of relationships available to children who are experiencing difficulties, a new sense of self-advocacy so they understand what it looks like to get help, what it looks like to feel supported, how to communicate your needs, and how to maintain friendships and relationships. The program is designed to run over a 6-month period so that children will have time to not only process, but to build relationships and learn how to take those skills moving forward. So good relationships are the foundation to strong mental health and necessary to thrive and grow. Thank you so much for listening, and we appreciate your support.